Alright, hello. This is Jacob Levine. This is my submission for the Excellence Awards of Best Game Prototype with Documentation. So I kind of have to go super fast because I can't squish everything into 5 minutes, but let's go for it. So this is Artsy Draft. I use this quite often for my game documentations because I can see everything in one easy swoop. It reminds me a lot of programming. Everything's here on the left. I can see all of the GDD stuff. I can see some of my dialogue trees. But yeah, so let's kind of jump into it, and I guess I kind of have to explain it as I go. So this is Loose. This is a game that I've been working on. Kind of the story, as well as some renderings here and there, and some 2D level design. So this game is a third-person shooter that is semi-linear, and by semi-linear, I mean that it has conditions that players will meet. It has dialogue trees that are separate. It has cutscenes that are a little different if those conditions are met. So that can have an effect later on for the player. These are just regular GDD stuff that you get to read all the time. You'll be able to see this in my submission. This is all exportable, so I can just kind of put it in there for you guys. So this will be PC, Unreal Engine 4, 13 to 35, because I'm assuming this will be rated T. It's kind of an intense sci-fi action horror. Two main characters, a couple of locations. So let's get into that, into the locations, and kind of something that I really want to show you guys is a really cool thing that Artsy Draft has. So let's get into this right screen here. So this is kind of a 2D map that I've been working on a little bit. So this is kind of displaying what the player will be doing, where they can go, and I'll explain this a little later. So this is basically just where the player's movement is and where they're going to be going, what they need to be doing. It's a very powerful system. I can kind of put anything and everything in here, anything I can possibly think of, or any way that I can make something make sense. I can change colors. I can say that, oh, well, let's say like this is this is going to be made out of glass. You can kind of see through it. The player will be able to walk up and kind of see what these experiments are in this cage in this laboratory. So I made these outer perimeters blue. These are just tiny little things that, makes it a little easier. So after this cutscene here, I have going into another one. It's exactly the same. I just changed the colors around. This is stating that now they're in kind of like a panic state. This is like the second part of the game. Now the player is trying to leave, trying to exit, because now they're being chased by this huge boss, which is really scary. So this is basically their actions that they'll have to take afterwards. But yeah, let's get into this. So this is actually a really cool thing about this system is that I can actually render out stuff in other systems. Take a top-down picture and just drag it in. Or I could take side pictures as well and be able to put them in here. This is just a PNG from my other rendering. And I'll go over that in a little bit. So in SketchUp, but in here, I'm allowed to, in Artsy Draft, and I think this is really awesome, I'm allowed to have player character sheets as well as scripts and dialogue, and I can store pretty much anything and everything in here. Each little thing can have their own images, and it kind of just makes it really easy to keep track of. Artsy Draft makes me able to have branching stories, character dialogue, conditions through dialogue. Looks like we're running a little short on time, so let's go into kind of like these renderings though. So in SketchUp, I kind of go through and I can make really fast prototypes of levels. I can do this extremely quickly. This only took me about an hour or so for this entire area. Not just that laboratory, but I also have like a little conference room, little details in here. So I wish I could go through a little bit more, but I'm running out of time, so here's what I got so far for you. My name is Jacob Levine, and thank you for watching my video. Let me know how good it is.